Good morning, students. So today we will start a new chapter, that is determinant. Already we have learned how to expand determinants. Today we will learn without expanding how to find the value of a square matrix. We know that whenever we want to find the value of a square matrix, we have to find determinants. That is called determinant. Now the first property is the value of the determinant remain unchanged if row and column interchange. The value of a determinant remain unchanged if we take transpose of it. That means interchange of row and column. That means if a determinant it is given a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 a3 b3 c3, the same value will come if we interchange it. That is, this is equals to a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3 c1 c2 c3. So the value of the determinant remain unchanged if row and columns are interchanged. This is the first property. We know that how to find the value of determinant. If here we are taking this element a1, so we have to delete the first row and first column, and whatever left we have to write under determinant b2 c2 b3 c3. Next, minus sign, because sign of this element is minus b1 into this row, this column deleted, so a2 c2 a3 c3 left, plus c1 into a2 b2 a3 b3. So this is the value of this determinant. In the same way, if you find the value of this determinant, same value will come. Why? Because sign of this element is plus, sign of this element 2 1 it is also minus, and sign of 3 1 it is also plus. So if you take this column and expand through this column, same value you will get. Is it clear? Now how to expand this 2 by 2 matrix? Just cross multiplication, b2 c3 minus b3 c2 b1 into a2 c3 minus a3 c2 plus c1 into a2 b3 minus a3 b2. In this way we expand the determinant. Second property, if A is a square matrix, then determinant of A transpose is equals to determinant of A. Same property. Actually, whatever we have written here, the same thing we will write in mathematical notation. That if A is a square matrix, then determinant of A transpose is equals to determinant of A. Number 3 property is, if any two rows or columns of determinant are identical, then the value will be 0. If any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical. Identical means same. Then its value is 0. Any two rows or columns, if it is identical, then the value will be 0. That means if determinant is equals to A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A1, B1, C1, row 1 and row 3 identical, so this is equals to 0. Now if I am writing here determinant is equals to A1, B1, C1, K into A1, K into B1, K into C1, A3, B3, C3. Then also we can write K is common. K is multiplied with all the elements of second row, so K we can take common. And what is left? A1, B1, C1, A1, B1, C1, A3, B3, C3. Here also the value will be 0. Why? Because row 1 and row 2 are same, identical. That's why the value is 0. So if any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, then its value is 0. This is the third property. Next property, this one also we can write as a property, that if any scalar multiplied with each element of any row or column, then we can take common of that element. Or we can write this thing, if a scalar is multiplied with a determinant, then it will be multiplied with each element of either any row or any column. That means if suppose K into A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3 it is given, then you can multiply this K either with any row or with any column. So you can write this as KA1, KB1, KC1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Or you can write it KA1, KA2, KA3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Or you can write it as A1, A2, A3, KB1, KB2, KB3, C1, C2, C3. This is the difference from matrix to determinant. What is the difference? In matrix, we multiply the scalar with all the elements. With all the elements we have to multiply. But in determinant, this scalar we have to multiply with any row or any column. If we choose first row, then we have to multiply the scalar with each element of first row. If we choose second row, then we have to multiply with each element of second row. Similarly, if we choose third column, we have to multiply this scalar with each element of third column. Now here one more property we have, that for a square matrix A of order n, we have k into A, determinant k into A is equals to k to the power n determinant A. This property is very much important. If the square matrix is of order n, and if we multiply k with all the elements, then if we take out k outside, that means if we take k common, it will be k to the power n into determinant A. Suppose here A, we have taken this 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 4, 2 into 6, 2 into minus 3, 2 into 7, 2 into minus 5, 2 into 6, 2 into 5. So here 2 I have multiplied with all the elements. So if you take 2 common from the first order n, means here the order of this determinant is 3. Why? 3 row and 3 columns are there. In determinant always it must be a square matrix. We know that determinant only we can find for square matrix. So if A matrix is of order 2 by 2, that means the determinant is of order 2. If A matrix is of order 3 by 3, then the determinant will be of order 3. Here we have taken the determinant of order 3. Now since it is of order 3, so if we apply this property, what is the value of k here? 2. So 2 cube into determinant A, 1, 2, 4, 6 minus 3, 7, minus 5, 6, 5. Why 2 cube? Because 2 I have taken common from this row also, 2 from this row also, 2 from this row. So 2 into 2, 2 square into 2, 2 cube. Next property, property number 6. If each element of a row, if each element of a row or column of a determinant is expressed as a sum of 2 or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of 2 or more determinants. If each element of a row or column of a determinant is expressed as a sum of 2 or more terms, then the determinant also can be expressed as a sum of 2 or more determinants. So what does it mean? It means that if you can express a determinant as this, alpha 1 plus a1, beta 1 plus b1, gamma 1 plus C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3. Here first row we have expressed like this: alpha 1 plus A1, beta 1 plus B1, gamma 1 plus C1. So here we can write, but second row and third row is as it is. So this determinant we can write as alpha 1, beta 1, gamma 1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3 plus A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3, like this. That means if we can express the first row in this form, here plus sign is there, if it is minus then all should be in minus. Alpha 1 minus A1, beta 1 minus B1, gamma 1 minus C1. Then we have to write here minus. Alpha 1, beta 1, gamma 1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3 minus A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3. Okay. In the same way, property number 7. If alpha, beta and gamma are in column, then also you can express like that. If alpha, beta, gamma it is in column, then also you can express in the same way. If alpha 1 plus A1, beta 1 plus A2, gamma 1 plus A3, then here alpha 1, beta 1, gamma 1 will be there in the same way. Okay. And last property, if any two or any row or column, if any row or column of a determinant a multiple of another row or column is added, the value of the determinant remains same. The value of the determinant remains same. That means, suppose a determinant we have taken as A1 B1 C1 A2 B2 C2 A3 B3 C3. Another determinant we have taken delta dash equals to A1 plus K3, B1 plus KB3 and C1 plus KC3, A2 B2 C2 A3 B3 C3. So these two determinants are same. Here what I have done, I have multiplied a scalar with another row and then added with the first row. So you can multiply a scalar with second row and add it to this row, then also the value will be same. You can take delta double dash equals to A1 B1 C1 A2 plus K1 B2 plus KB1 C2 plus KC1 A3 B3 C3. All the values are same. So therefore here we can write delta equals to delta dash equals to delta double dash. All the values are same. That means if any row or column of a determinant, a multiple of another row or column is added or subtracted. It can be subtracted also, because if you choose the scalar with minus sign, then it will become subtraction. So the value of the determinant remains same. Whatever operations you are doing with row, the same operation you can do with column also. That's why row or column written. If I am writing here A1 plus KC1, A2 plus KC2, A3 plus KC3, then also the value will be same. So when I am doing a operation of row, you can do a operation with column also. Both will be same and the value will be same. Is it clear? Now, how to find the value of a determinant without expanding, that we have to learn. Without expanding, how to find the value. So here we have to use few elementary row or column operation to find the value of a determinant without expanding, or by using elementary operation. By using elementary operations. Elementary operation already we have done in matrix. The same operation here we have to perform. That means first operation, interchange of row or column. How to write this? Ri both sided arrow Rj, or Ci both sided arrow Cj. That means if you interchange any two rows or any two columns, the value of the determinant remains same. Already we have learned this in properties. So this type of operation we can do. Number 2, we can multiply a scalar, multiplying each element of second row by -5. This one I am just giving one example. You can choose third row also, you can choose -7 also, or +3 also, according to the given determinant you have to choose the value. So this operation how to write? Here we will write this operation like this. R2 is changing like this, -5 into R2. Number 3, multiplying each element of first column by 1/5. So this operation how to write? C1, first column means C1. C1 I am changing like this, 1/5 into C1. Then number 4, multiplying each element of second row by -3 and added to the corresponding element of first row. This one is very much important, just learn it how to do. Multiplying each element of second row by -3 and added to the corresponding elements of first row. So with which row we are adding? With first row we are adding. That means first row we are changing. So the row which we are changing, that will be fixed. And you have to multiply another row, the corresponding elements of another row with a scalar. Here the scalar is -3. So -3 of row 2, second row. Row 1 I am changing. How to change row 1? We have to multiply any scalar with another row and then add that corresponding element to the row which we are changing. Now if I am writing here R2, if I am changing R2, that means R2, you cannot multiply anything with R2. You can multiply any scalar with R3 or R1. Then you have to add with this R2. Is it clear? Similarly, the same thing we can do for column also. If I am changing column 3 you cannot multiply any number with column 3 element. You have to multiply a number with another column and then add with that column. If you are changing column 2 plus -3 into column 3. Here you cannot take column 2. Okay, whatever row or column you are changing, that with that row or column element you cannot multiply a scalar. Now we will solve few questions to find the determinant value without expanding. Question number 1, evaluate two 765, 3 875, 5 986. Without expanding, you have to find the value of this determinant. Now if you want to find the value with expanding, since these the numbers of column 3 differs from numbers of column 1 and column 2. See, this is 2 and this is 65, which is larger than 2. So if you try to find with expanding, the multiplication, the calculation will become very much lengthy. Here you have to apply elementary operation and you have to simplify it, and you have to bring this determinant into such determinant so that you can apply the properties of determinant. How? That you see. So here it is given, the determinant it is given 2 3 5 7 8 9 65 75 86. If you apply here C3, if you are changing like this, C3, how to change C3? C3 I am changing C3 minus 9 into C2. That means with each element of C2 we have to multiply 9 and we have to subtract from C3 element. So what we will get? Only C3 I am changing, that means C1 and C2 remain same. C1 and C2 remain same. 9 into C2, 9 sevens are 63. 65 minus 63, 2. 9 eights are 72. 75 minus 72, 3. 9 nines are 81. 86 minus 81, 5. Now check. C1 and C3 identical. Since C1 is equals to C3, therefore, so directly this is equals to 0. Why? Because we have learned that if any two rows or columns are identical, then the value of the determinant become 0. If any two rows or columns are identical, means same, then directly you can write the value of the determinant is equals to 0. So in this way you have to convert it and then you have to find the value. Here you cannot find the value by expanding. Another example I am doing. Number 2. Evaluate one 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 A B C B plus C, C plus A plus B. This you have to find. You have to evaluate this and you have to find the value. Now how to do this? Here if you apply C3, we are changing like C3 plus C2. C3 I am changing. How to change C3? C3 plus C2. So what you will get? C1 same, C2 same. C3 plus C2. If you do here A plus B plus C come. Here A plus B plus C. Here A plus B plus C. Now A plus B plus C you can take common. So if you take A plus B plus C common, what is left? 1 1 1 A B C 1 1 1. Since these two columns are identical, so this is equals to 0. Is it clear? Now this question you can do in another way also. Always remember that in determinant, whenever you are solving any question, this operation may differ from my operation to your operation. Okay, here I have done C3 minus 9C2. If you do C3 minus 8C2, then also one result you will get, and by doing another operation you can get the answer. So few more steps you have to do, but the result will become 0. So this operation can differ, but the value will be same. Like this question I have done by this method. Now if I am applying here R2 minus R1 and R3 minus R1, then also one result you will get. Why? Okay, why minus we have done? Because these numbers are very larger, so we have to make these numbers smaller. That's why minus I have done. If we do plus sign, then it will become more larger. We have to simplify it. That's why minus I have done. Is it clear? We have to simplify. That's why minus I have done. If you take 10 C2, then it will become negative. That's why 10 I have not taken. If you take 8, then also the number will be larger than this column. So we have to make this number to a nearby number of either this column or this column. That's why 9 I have taken. Because if we take 9, the same numbers are coming. That is why 9 I have taken. Now see this question. Here I have done by this operation. But if suppose the same problem here, if you are applying R2, you are changing by R2 minus R1, and R3 you are changing by R3 minus R1. What you will get? R1 is same, R2 minus R1, that is 1 minus 1 0. This will become B minus A, and this will become C plus A minus B minus C. So C cancel, A minus B. Here also 1 minus 1 0, C minus A, and A plus B minus C. So A minus C. This will come. Now you can expand. Whenever you are getting two zeros in any row or column, you can expand the determinant using that column. Here in column 1, two zeros are there, so we can expand through this column. What you will get? So here you will get B minus A minus B, C minus A minus C. And if you multiply it, what you will get? B minus A into A minus C. That is AB minus A square minus BC plus AC minus of this into this. That is AC minus BC minus A square plus AB. Now check here, minus plus AB and here minus AB cancelled. Here minus A square, here minus plus A square cancelled. Here plus AC, here minus AC cancelled. Here minus BC, here plus BC cancelled. So ultimately here also you are getting 0. So ultimately here also you are getting 0. That means you can solve a determinant by using any elementary operation, but whatever operation gives you in simplified form, you use that operation. Here if we use this operation, the question become more easy to calculate. Just we have taken A plus B plus C common, and we are getting two columns identical, so directly 0 we can write. And here if we use this operation, one more step we have to do. We have to do multiplication also, so which will become lengthy. That's why we have not used this method. Okay, so in our next class we will solve more problems of determinants. Thank you students, have a nice day.